today. It's literally 70 degrees here in Utah, absolutely blue skies. I'm in tank top and shorts. That's how you know it's a really freaking good day. And I'm going for a little hike. Alright, the lighting isn't the greatest because I'm walking away from the sun right now, so it's at my back. But today's video was actually requested, basically just asking me to go over how I live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Now, if you follow me closely, especially on Instagram, then you kind of know that the way I live my life is kind of, I have almost multiple personalities, multiple sides to me. I like to live, you know, very intentionally and mindfully and connected to who I am and just life in general, and kind of live with a deeper connection, if you will. But then I also have the side of me that is the gym bro side of me, as I would describe it, who's really into, you know, being very intentional with my training and with my eating. So I guess I just kind of wanted to chat with you guys about how I'm able to balance all of that. The first thing that comes to mind when I want to talk about this topic is just simply let go of the need to feel like you need to categorize yourself or put yourself in a certain box. And I know that may sound weird, but like for me, when I first started getting into fitness, I thought I needed to be this person who just fits the mold of a fitness enthusiast, whatever that even means. So I think just kind of stepping back and like letting yourself embrace all the different facets of your personality and who you are and the way you want to live your life, and knowing that you don't need to be one-dimensional. Nobody's one-dimensional. We're humans, we're complex beings with multiple interests, desires, and you know, that's completely okay. And I think that was a big thing, was just having me lean into these different parts of my personality instead of feeling like I need to choose one or be a certain way. Like that really has allowed me to tap into being able to be connected with myself, being mindful, having that peaceful way of life, but also me being able to pursue that very disciplined part of my personality when it comes to the gym and my eating and all that sort of things, and being goal oriented. I think first and foremost, getting rid of any judgment, any sort of mold that you're trying to put yourself in, and just know like you can be whoever you want to be. And even if you have parts of your personality that contradict each other or may not fit in the same category, like that is completely okay. That's what makes you a beautiful, intricate, unique person. Then I would say the next thing was to give attention and energy into these different parts of who I am and exercise them and let them flow in order to keep developing like each part of my personality. So that would be my next tip, would be to not only just let yourself embrace the different parts of your personality, but also put in the energy and love into developing those parts of who you are and to keep evolving. So when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, to me it means a multitude of different things. It means, one, obviously getting an exercise and movement for my body. It also means nourishing and fueling my body with foods that make me happy and that I love. It also involves my mental health and making sure that I'm cultivating a positive headspace and, you know, having rational thoughts and just having a fertile headspace for prosperity, I guess, if you will, in my life. And emotionally, making sure that I'm emotionally okay and feeling things deeply and honoring my emotions and being in tune with them. And to me, it also means getting outside and in nature and connecting with earth, and that's where my little hippie side comes out. But it's even proven physiologically how much just being connected to the outdoors and being outside and living as naturally as you can has so many benefits for your internal health and just for your body. I mean, after all, we are just a species like every other animal on the planet, even though we don't want to admit it. So obviously we benefit from just being in sync with the earth as much as we can. So to go through down the line with each one of those of how I incorporate them into my daily life. First, exercise and movement. That's what I love to do with weight training and just doing different circuit training, just different workouts in the gym. And then of course, obviously walks and hiking. And also I love just being active in general. So longboarding, wakeboarding, wake surfing, skiing, paddle boarding, anything that's like outside that I can do. And then as for nutrition, I think this is something that a lot of people kind of overthink, when really I always just say prioritize protein, whole foods, drink your water, and you know, don't be afraid to eat those treats or whatever you want to call them, because I promise you eating them in moderation will not hurt you and restricting them is what's gonna make you feel out of control around them and want them more. So that's kind of how I live my life with nutrition. I also just forgot another category that's super important is rest and recovery. Sleep is another huge thing that is so overlooked in stress management. So no matter what, I'm always taking like 1 to 2 days off from an organized training session. I always shoot for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, and I know that seems so redundant and just like cliche, but I'm telling you, if you look it up, it affects your hormones, it affects your body's recovery. Proper sleep really allows your body to react to that stimulus that you've been putting on it and get the results that you want to see. Sorry that I'm huffing and puffing, I should have thought this through. That'd be out of breath and I'm hiking. And then as for mental health, this also goes hand in hand with how I mitigate stress for that rest and recovery one that I was just saying. Journaling helps me so much, cultivating a positive headspace, aligning with the thoughts and emotions that I want to feel for that day, and also helping me mitigate stress as well. Meditation I also do, of course, to help with all of those same things as well, and also just to get in tune and truly listen to myself and my intuition, what I want from life, and kind of connecting further with spirituality, which that could be a whole other video in and of itself. And then as far as my emotional, that I don't really have a specific like practice that I engage in. It's more so just like a mental practice that I do to hold myself accountable, whereas just allowing myself to feel things deeply and being present and in tune with my emotions and not trying to push things away. I think it's a lot healthier to sit with your emotions and feel them, but also be able to go through rational thinking in your mind. You don't need to identify with your emotions. It's just a signal to how a certain situation or topic is making you feel. But you can remove yourself, you can step back from that and either choose to accept that emotion, change that emotion, figure out why you're feeling that emotion, and use it more as a sign towards what feels good for you, what you want to lean in towards versus what you want to lean away from and move away from. And then lastly, getting into nature. So my favorite thing is to combine movement and outdoors in one. So like I said, all the activities that I said before, just getting outside as much as you can and noticing and appreciating and recognizing the beauty of planet Earth, because again, I know that sounds so cliche, but the amount of times that I'm going for a stupid just daily walk and I get teary-eyed because of how beautiful everything is and just being present in that moment, it's so moving, it's so powerful. And when you're just grateful for the bare minimum of being able to be alive, is just anything else on top of that is a cherry on top. That's when I think if you can just work on becoming grateful with the absolute bare minimum of being alive, having a pulse, and enjoying the beauty around you, your mental health and your love, self-love, appreciation, happiness, internal joy is going to kind of essentially be invincible because you're already in love with the absolute bare minimum. There's a fallen starburst from somebody. I kind of want to eat it. It's perfectly wrapped. Do I do it? I feel like I have to do it because I showed you guys. Is this gross? Probably. Oh well. Ooh, it's soft from the sun. A little mid-hike pick-me-up sugar spike. Let's go. Love it.
Guys, there was a ladybug on my sock. Hello.
Alright, we've officially started our descent. So the reason why I say that all of those different facets of health are so important to me is because as I've been lifting and striving for a healthy lifestyle for the past, honestly a big part of my life, but for the past 5 years is when I like took it into my own hands and like actively made decisions to live a healthy lifestyle. You know, it got to a point where I realized you literally can't have one without the other. It got difficult to progress with this healthy lifestyle without paying attention and being mindful of my mental health and emotional health and just connecting with my spirit and my surroundings around me. So that's the biggest thing, is like now I physically feel like I can't even preach or give guidance on how to live a healthy lifestyle without including all of those facets, because I truly believe everything is so connected and you need to be progressing and working on all of them in order to have a holistic, sustainable approach to health and wellness, as opposed to just figuring out what workout you can do for the next 3 months to try to get results. It extends so much further than that. And honestly, that's the beauty in all of it, because I personally think in order to have such intrinsic motivation to stay consistent with the gym and with your diet is when you love something, you want to take care of it. And so when you have that strong sense of self and strong sense of self-love, that alone will fuel you to want to continue to keep taking care of yourself. And you find that and cultivate that self-love by developing a relationship with yourself through journaling, meditation, being in touch with your emotions, realizing how you feel, and giving yourself time, whether that's to sit in nature or to meditate or to journal. Sit with yourself and your surroundings and realize who you are, what do you want out of life, how are you feeling, and acknowledge that. And once you're able to kind of get that foundation and basis, you're able to move forward with such a more level-headed perspective and cultivating self-love and trust within yourself and respect with yourself, which will then make you want to continue to take care of yourself both in and out of the gym. So that just took me an hour and 50 minutes and a total of 4.88 miles. All right, so I packed a lunch. And we're near a reservoir and I really want to go see it. I haven't seen it since I moved here, so I think we should go there. We'll eat our lunch. I'll close out this little vid. You guys, I'm sorry, but it feels so good to sweat. Like, I literally haven't sweat since I got here. A, because it's just the air so dry here, but B, because I was like getting colder and it was winter. It feels so good to sweat. Like, wow. Also, I was feeling something in here. I forgot I put my Starburst wrapper in there to make sure I threw it away. Don't litter, you guys. Take care of Planet Earth. Basically a tuna salad, but there's so much going on in here, you're not ready. So we have tuna mixed with hummus. I have romaine lettuce, some broccoli, some carrots, some like broccoli sprout things, tomato, red onion, white rice, bean sprouts, cucumber, fresh basil, corn. And I think that's it, but there's a lot of stuff going on in there. It looks so good. It honestly smells good. And then I made this little dressing for the first time. It's tahini, olive oil, and a lot of white balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So I'm gonna try it. I'll let you guys know if it's good. Also, look at this view. And there's mad houses up there getting to look at this view, so props to them. This is so good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it kind of answered your guys' question. I really love living my life this way. Ever since I was 15, I know it sounds weird, but that was like my goal, was to be the person to live this sort of life and to approach life like this. And I figured out this is what I value the most out of life. So I hope it could give you some insight or some inspiration. Also, make this damn salad, it's so good, and get outside today if you can. Do something that makes you happy, take care of yourself. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you so much love and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.